Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today from a slightly different venue, so I just want to mix it up a bit and also going forward have a little bit of variety, not just always the same office that you see in all my videos. So today I want to talk to you about the misperception about money and how people often lie about how much money they have or make in their lives, because talking about money is the most common lie people make. Let's start off with one that we hear all the time online and social media when people say, I am a millionaire. Now that sounds amazing, right? Who doesn't want to be a millionaire? First off, we have to remember being a millionaire in 2023 is not the same as being a millionaire 20 years ago when we didn't have such a strong inflation and devaluation of money. Because right now, a million, which is still a lot of money, obviously buys you way less than it did 20 years ago. But be it as it may, the question is, how do they define being a millionaire? Are they an income millionaire, meaning they earned 1 million in a 12-month period? If they did, that's amazing. However, at the same time, we need to keep in mind their expenses, because a lot of young entrepreneurs, they're having some online businesses, etc., making crazy revenues, and that's great. They're making an income really potentially of 1 million. However, to get there, they spend crazy money on marketing, and in many cases actually more than they made. So imagine you make 1 million in 12 months, which is amazing, but you ended up spending 1.5. Well, are you really a millionaire? I beg to differ. The second definition would be a net worth millionaire. So that's basically taking all your assets, that's your money in the bank, your real estate, your cars, whatever you classify as an asset, your holdings, your capital, minus your liabilities, any loans, mortgages, outstandings you have to pay off. So your assets minus your liabilities is your net worth. So if that's more than a million, great. That could be a potential definition of a millionaire. However, often people only count the assets, so what they have invested, etc., their land and so on, but they forget to deduct the liabilities. For example, you bought a house worth 1 million, that's great, but you just started off paying your mortgage, which is 30 years, and let's say that's 750,000. So honestly, you only own 250,000 worth of that house, not 1 million. So again, people often use that to inflate their net worth. And lastly, there's the liquid millionaire. That means they would have at least 1 million worth of capital lying around in some kind of liquid form, cash and stocks and crypto, things they can easily sell off and use for other purposes. And that's a pretty good position to be in, considering, again, you don't have too many liabilities or outstandings to other banks or institutions. Now let's move on to another common lie people say, and that's when they say, I own a 7-figure business. Now, once again, what does it really mean, right? 7-figure business. Does it mean you make 7 figures revenue? Is it 7 figures profit? Again, it can be so different. Revenue is one thing, but you actually might be making a loss. A lot of the big companies listed on the stock markets, they're making huge revenues, but still not profitable, right? Making 7 figures actually means nothing unless it materializes in profit. Or maybe it's only a 7-figure based valuation. So in fact, they're only making 6 right now, but they're applying a multiple that one day potentially at a 10x multiple, 10x of their revenues. So let's say they make 100,000 revenue, so they have a 10x on that, so that makes them worth 1 million. Then they can say we own a 7-figure company, but that's not the same thing as actually generating 7-figure profits. And the last and very common misperception a lot of people, especially in the States, are usually saying is, I earn 6 figures. Now that sounds amazing, right? That means at least you make 100,000 in a year, which, you know, is a really good number, right? Don't get me wrong. But what does it really mean? Now imagine 100,000, you take off around 40%. It depends which state you're in, your marital status. So a lot of factors determine your tax rate, but on average you could say take off 40% for your taxes. So that leaves you with 60,000 per year. Now divide that by 12 months gives you 5,000 per month. Now if you live in the States, for example, a good place in an average neighborhood, you know, with enough space would cost you anywhere around $2,500. So that leaves you with 2,500. Now you spend easily 1,000 on food, so that leaves you with 1,500. So from the 1,500, let's take another 500 for insurance, petrol, and some other expenses. So that leaves you with 1,000 per month. Now that's quite a different number from having 6-figure amount, which sounds wow, to having 1,000 per month, right? So you can really see how easy it is to exaggerate numbers, which sounds amazing and impressive, but the reality might be really quite different. So look guys, I'm not saying everybody's lying about their money, but I think it's very important to understand that there are differentiations, that there's a huge difference between gross and net income, meaning before and after taxes, a massive difference between revenues and profits, and a huge difference between income and net worth. So these are just terms to be familiar with, to give you a better understanding that when you read these numbers on social media or people talk about them, that rather than saying, oh wow, that's amazing, I'm so impressed, that you have a better understanding, become a bit more analytical and deep dive behind the numbers and really see what's the reality there. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm planning this year to do a few more frequent of these shorter, unedited, raw sort of videos, but more frequently, and share them with you. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.